Hello everyone, you are welcome to Anchor Network where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. Fani Kayode hails Air Peace boss Onyeama for saving Nigerians in South Africa. Former Minister of Aviation Fani Kayode has hailed the decision of the chairman of Air Peace, Onyeama, to airlift Nigerians from South Africa. The Air Peace has been championing the movements of Nigerians back from South Africa following the continuous xenophobic attacks on foreigners. Hailing the generous act, the former Minister of Aviation pointed out that whenever an Igbo commits a crime and people hastily judge the whole ethnic group for the action of a man, they should remember this humanitarian act. This advice is coming following the widespread label Igbo people received from some certain sections of the social media when the Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI) arrested 77 Nigerians over fraud-related crimes. And Fani Kayode tweeted, he said, "Next time you complain about Igbos and subject them to the usual nonsensical racial stereotyping, kindly remember that when our compatriots were being slaughtered in South Africa, it was an Igbo man called Onyeama that sent his planes to bring them home, and he did so free of charge." So guys, this kind gesture of this Air Peace boss is not something that is new to each and every one of us. We've seen a lot of things. We've seen how the man cried when you entered the plane and saw the people that were to be brought back to Nigeria. And and the so-called people from South Africa, the so-called Nigerians, they were really moved. And they were hailing him, they were chanting his praises, and the man was, he couldn't do anything but to start crying. A man to be crying, he must have thought about a lot of things. Even before the incident, a week before that time, he had already made the announcement. He was even the one that approached the federal government of what he wanted to do to be able to bring those people home. And like some people have been saying from many quarters, that if not that the man went, nobody would have done that from the side of the government. They will just be talking and talking. They will be talking and talking and talking. We learned that the president sent an envoy to South Africa and they have come back. We don't even know. We can't even, that one cannot even ring of what they came out with. Those people that came back from South Africa, those Nigerians, they would have still be there. And a lot of them had lost a lot of things. How would they have come back? Somebody who has lost everything, where would he get the money to buy a flight ticket to start coming back? Everybody would have just been living in fear. And they gave them like 1 week that anybody who wanted to come back, they should just go and register themselves so that they will be brought back that very day they brought them back. You can imagine up until now, the government has not even done any meaningful thing. It was when they came back, they said they're going to give them a recharge card of how much, or airtime of how much, and give them 10,000 naira for transport. And also they are going to get some loan from Bank of Industry. We know that one might take forever again, because they know quite already that Nigerians in Nigeria, they are very, very sympathetic to all these things. All of them will just go back to their families, and you are going to be hearing that, oh, they have not signed one paper, they have not done this, they have not done this, they have not done that. Let's see. We hope that it will go faster, just like the way they have announced. If not, we know the normal thing. They will just be there. The program or the arrangement, will just be there. It will take forever. You can imagine the issue of a minimum wage. Oh, when they were announcing, oh, the president has signed this thing. But now, I don't know. They are still organizing meeting upon meeting to deliberate on that 30,000 naira minimum wage. I thought it's something that they had already concluded, and just for payment to commence. Up until now, they are still gathering themselves. They are still forming meeting. In fact, it's really pathetic. But when it comes to their own issue, when it comes to their own welfare, within some seconds, everything must have been passed. I don't know, because I see this as out of wickedness. You guys are living in affluence, even if you are not being paid with your salary or with whatever you are getting now. What you have already made, you can't go hungry. But when you see people that cannot even feed themselves, majority of Nigerians are living below $1. That is just the fact. That is the fact. If you think you are in that category that you live above $10 a day, good and fine. But what is the percentage of the people in your category? That is what we are talking about. Some people, once they are just in their comfort zone. They just believe that people just make up things. Believe that people just make up things. You need to go out of your circle and go out and see what is happening, what people are facing. The other time when they were giving people 10,000 naira for trader money, and people were like, oh, why would you say 10,000 naira is not something that a lot of people will embrace it in this present Nigeria? What will 10,000 naira do? Like the question I've been asking, can we get those that have collected that 10,000 naira, if they can come out and say, oh, that 10,000 naira they collected, they are using it to do business, and the business has been moving on fine, and they are feeding on that 10,000 naira. Even those so-called people that you think that 10,000 naira is going to be something to them, that very day everything must have gone. Immediately it must have gone as soon as they collected that 10,000 naira. Like Stay with Fani has said, that federal government should not just embark on giving these returnees 10,000 naira for business, because they will just believe that they have done you favor, they have done a lot of things for you. Those people left Nigeria because they were fending for themselves. That was why they went out of the country to go to another country. If not because of this situation that happened, they wouldn't have been back, because they don't want to be liabilities or burdens on anybody, let alone the government. Even we that are at home, what have we gained? But they didn't just have that choice, they had to come back. But going back to what the man has done, it's really commendable. It's really, really commendable. So, a lot of people, like I've been saying, oh, we have a lot of pastors that drive a private jet. This is part of a humanitarian job. This is part of humanitarian job that even the so-called pastor, they would have even rallied around, because they will give you an excuse. Oh, people criticize pastors that they buy private jets. Not that they just want to buy the private jet. That in case maybe they are going for an international program, instead of waiting for all these commercial planes, it will just be so faster. It will make the work faster. Those are the excuses they are giving. Good and fine. Whatever reason that has made them to buy it, it is their own cup of tea. But now that people really need that help, even the so-called people that are in poverty, living in poverty, even in their church, how many have they been able to help? How many? They would have been the first set of people to have gone outside the country to have done that. The man is not a pastor. He's not a politician. And he did it free of charge. People were talking about what it will cost to fuel that aeroplane. Over 300 million naira. Somebody just gave it just like that. That is what we call a nationalist. All those ones, they will be talking, some people are not nationalists, they are not patriotic. Okay, now you that you are patriotic, why didn't you, on your, even if you are not going to give money from government cover, on your own, a lot of them, they have stupendous money stacked in their accounts, billions of naira, just to bring these people back. They will just look at the other side. It is wickedness. The wickedness has started from up. So it's a good thing. Everybody is talking good about that man. I saw one guy on YouTube. The man was just crying. He was crying. Can you imagine? But if it were to be just like a Fani Kayode, I don't want to go through the route of a ethnicity, because in every region, in every tribe, we have good people. We have good people. That is just a fact. We still have good people. We have good people. So I don't want to go in that route. But just if, like what Fani Kayode is saying, if that man had committed one crime, you would have heard it all over the place. Oh, this man is from this so region. He's from this so region. That is how they do. That is how they do. So nobody is trying to preach anything here, but we are talking of people who have good hearts. People who have good hearts. And a lot of people will be seeing people doing wrong things. They will be supporting them. Why can't you say the truth? Just like Dino Melaye quote. If you say the truth, you die. If you don't say the truth, you will die. Then why not say the truth? Because by saying the truth, you are going to be free. Your conscience will be clear. Well, of course, some people don't even have that conscience. Because if people really have conscience, they will not be involved in all these wicked acts. So we appreciate the man. We appreciate the man, from our own little corner, we appreciate the man. Everybody appreciates the man. But somehow, some people are like, oh, it's like the government is taking the glory that they've gone to bring the people, the Nigerians from South Africa. It was the government that did that. No, it wasn't the government, because I even did that video. Even before they went to pick them, the man had announced, even approached the government. At the end of the day, he was able to speak with Onyeama, the Minister of Foreign Affairs. I think maybe that one now said, oh, maybe he told his boss or their government people. They now say, okay, it's fine. So you can imagine, had it been that man didn't volunteer to do that, what would have happened to these people? And there's a place I read that South Africans, they are going from one house to another. One of the returnees, trying to narrate what has been happening over there, that they are going from house to house, to fish out Nigerians. So you can imagine, if really this man has not done this kind of great thing, what would have happened? He's not talking about, oh, I'm a Christian. No, he's not a pastor in the first place. So he's not a pastor. The money that we get from all this tithe of 18, they are meant for the poor. They are meant for orphans. They are meant for widows. They are meant for people that cannot feed themselves. That is just what the Bible says. So at the end of the day, we are seeing different things. So if you know how to do good, continue. If you know how to do bad, continue. One day, you will reap it, whether good or bad. That is just the fact. You don't need anybody to praise you, but you just have to do the needful. If you have the love for your fellow person, you will not kill him. You will not assassinate him. You will not say evil about him. You will not destroy him in any form, whether physically or by word of mouth. So guys, that is just my opinion concerning what Fani Kayode has said, trying to commend the man for what he has done. I would like you guys to leave your comments below in the comment section. Thank you very much for always being there. Bye.